Hello?
Hello.
Hey, you made it. Hey, Split fans, how are you?
Howdy, sports fans.
Yeah,
Special episode here. Welcome to another episode of We Really Have No Idea. It's a beautiful bar in the background there you got. Please
yeah, thank
remember
you.
to like and
Thank you.
subscribe. Leave a comment, no matter how supportive or how spiteful, just leave a comment. And I want to remind everyone we're being recorded live
Yeah.
from an undisclosed location deep
If
in the
you, if
great
you,
Pacific
yeah,
Northwest and being
if you pay
broadcast
attention,
all around the world.
yeah, if
I
you pay
am Mick the
attention,
Crippler Doherty. I'm here with my co-host Steve, the Boy Wonder Nyquist.
I'm here.
I want to remind everyone we really have no idea. Steve,
Yes, no
what are we
idea.
talking about today?
I really have no idea. Really. Well, let's see. Well, we are, what, like 10 days out, something like that, 11 days
10,
out.
13 days. Yeah,
So just, I mean, we've got the TVs turned on. We're just
that's
waiting for
fantastic.
it to start, right? I
I'm
mean, that's
excited
pretty
just
much
looking at
it.
it. I want to go get a good seat right now.
I got to watch a little bit of that the Giants game, Giants and Patriots. That was fun. Uh,
Jaxon Dart, he's looking the part, isn't he?
man, I've heard of this kid. There's podcasters back in the out west that have talked about this guy for probably a year now.
Yeah,
For the draft, when he was wrapping up at Ole Miss. One of them was really hot on him, and now here he is.
I think it was that Boy Wonder. Yeah,
Probably was
yeah.
somewhere.
And I remember that, we've been talking about it several podcasts now, how probably by game six, he's going
Yeah,
to be supplanting Wilson. And it's funny listening to that broadcast yesterday because I watched
yeah.
the game as
We're
well,
like, are
and
you?
they're all dialing in right there about the same prediction, going,
Yeah,
"Yeah, I think about game six. That might be right when you put Dart in, and even if Russ is
really.
4-2,
But we really have no idea,
no, what do we know?"
right? I think we said that I think it was about a month ago we were talking this through
Oh
when
yeah,
Russell had been signed and we were talking about you know uh, the that local fan favorite man. I mean,
Tommy DeVito.
I just don't see DeVito going anywhere. I mean, they
Well,
love him.
no, he got a big ovation at the end of the game, and today he kind of said, there's a good chance this is my last game with the Giants, and so that was pretty cool when the local fans gave me that big ovation because that's what I would do. He said I'd do that if it was a local
Yeah,
guy and
sure.
he'd been with the team a bit, and he says, and I think the writing might be on the wall because I mean I really, unless they can jam him on the practice squad,
Yeah,
I never
yeah,
know.
yeah. You never know. But then again, I don't know. I
I
clearly
mean,
have,
they've got Russ, they've got Jackson, they got Jameis Winston.
yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
it's hard to look at those three and go,
yeah.
yeah, let's get rid of one of them and keep Tommy DeVito around just because people like him. Well, that Brian Dable and the GM Joe Shine, whatever,
Well,
they're fighting for their jobs. They got no time for sentimentality.
yeah. Yeah, and those two veterans are basically free, you know. So
Russ, yeah, it's
yeah,
what 10 million with
yeah,
incentives, and Jameson's getting two.
yeah. I shouldn't say free. My bad.
Well, in effect, for quarterback salaries, yeah, yeah. Where some guys have 50
I
million
think
wrapped up in a
I
guy.
I don't
That's
think I will go out on a limb and say that Russell's going to play 4 games and that's it. Then it's going to be Jackson. Jackson's
no,
going to be in there by the fourth, fifth game. He's going to be tagging in those later in the game, and by the sixth game, he's in there, and Russ
he's the
is sitting
starter. Yeah.
out.
It's something I was impressed by, and I was trying to figure out, is it because they're going up against a preseason defense, or does that Giants offensive line look good? Because I mean that's one thing that'll help a rookie quarterback shine is a good offensive line.
Yeah,
And they really
sure.
seemed to look good yesterday. I mean, they had time to just stand in the pocket and throw a lot.
Yeah,
And I thought, wow, are they just quietly good, or I mean, do people already know that the Giants' offensive line's good, or yeah, was it just because it's a base defense they're going up against, and it's
I don't know.
second and third string guys? But I was pretty impressed with the Giants' offensive line, and again, I mean, you put
Yeah,
a rookie, and we've seen rookies go in, and there's just a terrible offensive line, and they just kill the rookie,
yeah,
and
and
his
they just
career is short. So I
yeah,
think Jackson, he's in a good position. I mean, career wise,
yeah. Six
not
foot
just to
tall.
start the season, but I think career wise, he's in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, he's in a good spot. I hope he stays there. That will help solidify that team there. 6 for 12 for 81 yards and a touchdown and a 32-yard rush. Remember to slide, buddy. That's something I learned early.
Yeah. Well, that one was interesting. Yeah, that one and they pulled him out of the game to go to the blue tent.
Yeah, they
Remember?
pulled him. Yeah, because he
Yeah,
got
and he was
off.
mad.
Like,
Well, he got up right away because he fumbled. Remember?
yeah,
And
yeah.
so he got up right away to the fumble, but then I remember going, wow, he's right on it, and then he stumbled or something when he straightened up, and I thought, oh, they're gonna pull him.
Yeah,
I don't
but
think he's hurt, but they're going to pull him, And the next thing you know, they got the microphone in mom and dad's face in the stand. So, what do you think? Oh, jeez. Give me a break. Leave mom and dad.
You watch that, yeah, because he fumbled and then they're calling it back, and then they played the replay, and you saw him get hit, and then you're like, okay, maybe there's something there. I don't know. Anyway,
better to be safe than sorry.
I like the coach is just like, hey, slide, baby.
Yeah, slide.
Come on. You're tough. You can outrun most of these guys, but dude,
yeah.
Slide. Anyways,
don't ruin that diamond necklace you're wearing.
That was fun. That was fun to watch, man. So I really enjoyed that. And you know what? It was also fun to see Russ out there, getting it done. Hey,
yeah, he did okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
he did what they asked him, right?
Yeah.
And he's going to. So that's a good thing. What else happened yesterday? Oh, I sent you that clip of
this morning. Yeah, was that this morning or was that yesterday?
I don't even know.
This morning.
I don't even know when it was. I saw
headline.
I just started laughing.
Yeah.
I was like, what
headline,
the hell?
Multiple fights break out at Seahawks Packers joint practice in Green Bay.
Yeah, just like, hey, let's beat each other up.
And I log in and, it looks like there's a little bit of a scuffle and it's like Devon Witherspoon's taking on, by the way, cornerback Devon Witherspoon's taking on some offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, fists are swinging, which always cracks me up when fists are swinging and they're punching some guy's helmet.
Yeah.
Nothing is funnier to me than watching dudes punch a helmet. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some impact there, but dude, you're punching a helmet. The impact is not all that great.
Yeah, that was.
And then it clears the benches, and there's all these different viewpoints.
Everybody and their trainers are out there.
Oh yeah, I was like, and these guys play their final preseason game. What is it tonight or no? It's tomorrow night. They play tomorrow night. Okay, yeah, well, that's a little different, right?
Come on.
One of the Green Bay guys go, yeah, they kept going into our huddle, and that's disrespectful. And then somebody did something, and then one swing, and it's all over, right? Because as soon as somebody feels disrespected,
but I'm all about that because I think the linemen have a different mentality. I think, and that's just my own belief, is that they just have a different mentality. If you touch my quarterback, you touch my running back. I mean, like you see them, they get in there, they're helping them up, right? They're just like, if you touch him, he's going to take that personal foul and lay you out because that's what you do, right? And when you get in practice and you get a little excited, hey, you're 180 pounds, I'm 360 pounds.
Yeah, I have no notes for you. Yeah,
that's a little excited. Anyway, I saw a bunch of those videos. One of them, it was like somebody on their phone.
Yeah, like a fan on the sidelines. Yeah.
And his wife is like, oh my God, geez, that they're fighting. He's like, don't worry, they got pads on, don't worry about it,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I was like,
that's when, again, I have no notes for you. Yeah, just that's perfect spray.
Yeah, and clearly, I don't know what I'm talking about. I have no idea.
No.
But hey, you know what? They were having fun. All right, I'll give it
that. Oh yeah. Let's admit it. That was a release valve for them. It was a pressure relief valve.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, did you see Eric Dickerson today?
I haven't talked to Eric yet.
Eric,
I have a tremendous amount of respect for Mr. Dickerson.
Oh yeah, so do I.
Read that article you sent me. I did, and I did a little more digging on that, and I thought, wow, here's a guy. I will say he's got some credibility before he says anything. That's just me. And again, I love him, but then I'm listening to what he's saying, and I'm like, Wait a minute. I don't think we did a podcast on that. I think we talked about it
Yeah.
over fries, but
Yeah, I don't know. So I read that and I thought, is this a game of telephone? I mean, is this when he said when he got it from a good source,
credible, no, very, very credible
very,
sources.
very credible source. So now, like you said, we don't hear from Eric a lot.
Yeah,
But
not
when
very often.
he has his mind made up, like remember when the Rams came back to LA and
Mhm.
Jeff Fisher it just wasn't working out. They were a 4-12 team, 4-12 team, 4-12 team, and Dickerson just got kind of tired of that and spoke out about it. And Jeff Fisher kind of barred him from the campus. And
Yeah.
Eric came out and said, "What are you barring me for? You're the one losing."
Yeah, you're the
So,
one losing. Why are you looking at me? I'm just
but aside
calling
from
you
that,
on your
the only
shit.
other time I
Yeah.
remember hearing from Eric was the Colin Kaepernick thing.
Yeah.
And at first everybody was like, "Oh, just be quiet." Oh, Colin. But then after a little bit of time, people started going, you know what? I hate to admit it, but yeah, there's something there."
Yeah. There's a little
Yeah,
collusion there. They
yeah.
wouldn't have, so they wouldn't have settled outside of court if there wasn't.
And
And
then
so
set up that phony like pro day thing for him for a tryout. Yeah, that whole thing. So like you said, he's got credibility. And I've had time to sit and think about this, and I thought, this really sounds like a game of telephone where maybe it's the scouts who go out and they check off all the boxes that he runs this 40 and he's this tall and he weighs this much and he can lift
mhm.
this much. But then they go meet the guy and they get a sense of who he is and his personality and his smarts, and they recommend him to the personnel department. And so the GM and all those guys, and they do their work on him, and then they talk to the operations part of the football team, the coaches and the trainers, and then they finally say, "We're going to go meet him at the combine. We're going to go see him at their pro day. We're going to have him visit our facility." And then they meet the kid, and the line on Shedeur was he treated it more like he was being recruited rather than, "Hey, I'm so grateful you guys are having me here," like an interview, which is what the NFL wants it to be. They want to be, "Hey, this is the pinnacle, and even if we are the Browns, we want you here sticking your nose up our ass as far as you can." And Shedeur didn't do that. He came in and he treated it like his dad did, where, "Hey, I know you guys are picking 18th. I'm not going to be on the board at 18th. Why am I talking to you?" Well, Shedeur, not as hot as Dion was, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of started wondering, were these, his credible source, were these guys who were like scouts or maybe in the personnel department who kind of felt stung because when they put their reputation on the
Sure.
line to
They put
recommend
you
them
yeah.
upward, and then they
Yeah.
go meet the kid, and the kid has this what they feel is a bad attitude, and that reflects poorly on the
On there.
scouting
Yeah.
team
Sure.
or the
That would
personnel
make sense.
guy or whatever. And so I thought, is this a guy just really blowing steam to Eric Dickerson, an insider, you know? But then I thought about Colin Kaepernick, and I thought about Deshaun Watson and the collusion that the NFL got caught doing, and then the NFLPA did nothing about because they had a guy on the inside basically running the NFLPA, which is still a disaster. And I thought, maybe there's something there. And if you recall, there's some guy, I can't remember the guy's name. I didn't have time to look it up before the show here. He's actually suing the NFL because he feels the NFL colluded to prevent Shedeur from being drafted so early. And I don't know if he had money on his draft spot in Vegas or what, but he's suing the NFL. And it's got merit, so it's actually been filed in I think
Oh wow.
Vegas, and it's going
I
forward.
think I remember. Yeah. Okay.
So I thought, does Eric have something here? This is interesting. Or is it, again, just, a little bit of smoke? I don't know. It's easy to just kind of call it crazy and think, I don't know, maybe a little out of hand, but there could be something there. And then if so, then why did the Browns draft him at all? Then again, the Browns are the ones that gave Deshaun the fully guaranteed contract. Then again, the Browns are the ones that drafted Johnny Manziel. Then again, the
Yeah.
Browns are one of the ones. Funny story about the Browns stadium thing. I've been kind of keeping my track on that. They finally got their way. They altered the Art Modell law. They got their financing. They got the money, and they've got this piece of property, but it's next to an airport. So the city of Cleveland went, neener, neener, neener. You can't build it there because it's too tall. It interferes with the functions of the airport there. You can't build it. Too bad. Oh, that's interesting. So now they're going, gee, what are we going to do? Well, you know what they did at SoFi? because they're kind of near the airport. They did to solve that, they dug 100 feet down
Yeah, they
and
just
built the
made.
stadium into the ground. And I thought, are they really wondering what to do? 75 feet. Well, we're talking about 75 feet. All you got to do is dig down, you
Hey, I
know.
don't know.
So anyway,
I clearly have no idea.
yeah. So
You know,
Eric Dickerson,
maybe it's the conspiracy goes the other way, Mick. Maybe we're thinking about it the wrong way.
yeah,
Maybe the NFL wanted Sanders to go to the Browns and they said, don't, no, 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 we want to go down, keep going. No, he's got to
little
go to the
reverse
Browns.
psychology, huh?
He's got to go to the Browns, but we got to get rid of these guys first because that's part of the deal. Eric, we got this. And Eric's
That's
like,
okay.
I don't know. I'm just
Haven't seen
clearly,
it
I
yet.
have no idea. I
Certainly
really
not.
don't. But,
Certainly not.
it puts us back to the Browns. They still have their quarterback issue, right? Because they have more than one, right?
Well, they're starting Flacco
Yep, they're starting Flacco, but I think we're in the same boat with Flacco. I
as
don't
the
see
Giants.
Flacco. Yeah, it's the Giants. I don't see Flacco going the whole season. He might. The guy was on fire, right? So he may, but
But who's their backup? Who's number two in the depth chart? Who's number three? Is that what you're getting at?
yeah,
Who's
exactly.
is it going to be Dylan Gabriel? Is it going to be Shedeur? They brought in another guy just for a camp arm. I think he knows he's just going to be there for camp. And Deshaun Watson, they put him on the active pup list.
Uh-huh.
He's determined to come back. Now, is that just so he can get his guaranteed money? Because if he says, "Okay, I bow out, I'm done," well, now the team can negotiate a settlement with him and say, "Hey, well, we're not going to pay you the full thing then." I mean, even though it's
Yeah,
guaranteed, you're the
sure.
one leaving, right? You're the one deciding you're done. So him saying, "Hey, no, I'm determined. I'm going to rehab. I know I had a setback with
Sure.
my rehab, but I'm determined. I'm going to come back. I'm going to be the starter." Is that really going to happen? And if it does, what do they do with it? Do they just go, okay, you're third on the depth chart, and if they do, what do you do with Sanders and Gabriel? Yeah, that's
Yeah, I don't know. That's going to be fun.
they got to have a plan. You would think.
You know what? I don't even know.
Uh,
I have no idea.
If,
Right? I mean, really, I have no idea.
if that
But,
was
but
me,
I'm excited. I'm
if I
excited to
was,
watch because I think in the
oh,
end, in 5 years, Sanders is going to be a fantastic quarterback. I believe that the kid's talented. He's got great pedigree. He's a fantastic athlete. Get him a good coach. He's going to do well. And when I
maybe,
say a good coach, I mean a good, not just to someone to teach him to be a quarterback, but also teach him to be a professional athlete, right? Somebody that can teach him how to take care of his chicken. Somebody that
kind
can
of
teach him
the
how to
kind
take
of
care
the
of his heels,
the
right?
Manning skills.
Oh, bingo. There you go. Well put, right?
Yeah,
Let him spend a weekend at the Manning Ranch,
not just a
right?
weekend. I mean, just the whole
Yeah,
family. I mean, the
yeah.
whole that's a
Spend
whole
a weekend
machine
out there.
now. That's a
Yeah,
whole
it's
you
a
are a
dynasty.
product, dude. Every
Yes,
time in front of a podium, you not just a product that your brother is filming and putting on social media, but
yeah,
you're also this other product. I mean, you've got that side figured out. Your generation, I'm not knocking that part. I think he's got a business model that we don't understand with, the TikTok generation. And it, like I say, his brother's following around, filming everything. But there's this other Manning type, Tom Brady type
yep,
business when you're up at that podium that's you've got this brand, but then you've got this other forward-facing NFL brand.
yeah,
And if
yep,
you take care of, as Marshawn says, and you just brought up, take
yeah.
care of yo chicken.
Take care of your chicken and your field.
Make sure
You're
your
going to be
brand
great.
is good. Make sure you're that clean, wholesome American youth. While you then on social media do your other thing, right?
Yep.
Because you can do both. Joe Namath, very much against the grain, modeled pantyhose and fur coats,
Yes,
but he was also the face of the NFL in
that's
front of a
right.
microphone when he was there with his sweaty and the eye black and said
Yep.
all the right things. So you can do both.
Yeah.
You can
And
do both.
and
And
his
take that class at the Manning Academy.
and
And
his Gardner Minshew mustache. Okay. If we think about it, let's stop for a second. We got to put those two side by side. Let's work on that.
I'll
Get
see
those
what I can
picture
do.
of those two. Try to get them up there because
Yeah.
then people know who we're talking about. For those of you that are under the age of 50, Joe Namath was
Ah!
the quarterback. Okay.
Oh, yes,
Right?
Joe Namath. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, Joe Namath, New York Jets, third Super Bowl ever, guaranteed the win. Joe Willie, he was Man,
Kid was
he was one of those first like huge big money quarterbacks. I mean,
just
they just threw
awesome.
the money truck at him.
Yep.
And but he was also
And the
Joe
penny,
Cool.
yeah.
He was also that cool, and he still talks that way. He's
Yeah.
still got that cool, he's because he's from what, Louisiana or something. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
man. And he's
pretty
just
awesome.
Alabama. He's from Alabama. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Joe Namath was he a Heisman winner? I don't he must not have been a Heisman winner.
You know what? I don't know.
He's certainly in the Hall of
I
Fame.
clearly have no idea. I
Anyway.
could look it up, but I was busy here reading about the $100 million lawsuit you were talking about from that Georgia fan. Like now I do remember
Georgia,
that.
is that what it is? Georgia? Yeah.
He's from Georgia. I'm not going to disclose his name because it's an active lawsuit and I don't want to get involved. I haven't talked to Dion. I certainly haven't talked to Eric. So I don't, I'll try to get a hold of him this weekend, but I doubt he's going to return my call.
Only they'd return your call. Yeah. Yeah.
Which
So
is okay. I mean, he's busy, man. It's preseason. The guy gets busy. Yeah, that's all right.
what did
But
you
he'll call when he can.
just a quick side note. Tyler Bagent, backup quarterback for the Bears,
Okay.
they extended his contract by 2 years. Here's just a tiny bit of a factoid. He's the first Bears quarterback to have a contract extended since Jay Cutler. What a mess. So they got to really be hoping this Caleb Williams thing is going to work out,
Yeah, maybe. But like I said, man, maybe we are looking at this the wrong way, right? Maybe we just need to kind of go like this. You know what? Or just full on rally cap, or just full on rally cap this thing and be like, look, man, I don't know. Maybe that's what's going on. Is they had a plan to get him in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think in a handful of years, he's going to be just a starting fantastic quarterback.
Caleb Williams.
Just like my boy Jaxon Dart, I think it's just going to be phenomenal. I can't wait to see
a new wave of guys. Yeah.
It really can.
So where are we here?
Well, I'm in the undisclosed location in
the Great Pacific Northwest. Yeah.
Right.
I'm looking at some other topics. Not sure what we have time for today. This is going to be a quick one, right?
You got any trivia there on your phone you could throw at us?
Trivia.
Throw something out there. Come on.
Well, I had that one I shared with you the other day. But that one's kind of long. I mean, there's 10 answers to it.
It was kind of perverted too, right?
There's what?
Oh, different. Oh, sorry. Never. My bad.
We've talked about how winning the Heisman Trophy is certainly no guarantee of success in the NFL. Johnny Manziel won a Heisman Trophy. Excellent college quarterback for the offense he played in, but in the NFL, it didn't work out. And there's numbers of stories like that. Running backs, quarterbacks, so on. So what's the other end of it? How many Heisman Trophy winners have made it all the way to the NFL Hall of Fame?
Oh, wow. That's a good question.
Yeah.
How many? Man, I'm just going to guess. 2.
Oh, it's more than that. It's more than 2. I tell you it's more than 2.
3.
More than that.
As my good friend Christopher Walken would say, between 4 and 200.
Yeah, you fucking do between 3 and 400 push-ups.
400, yeah. So it's between 3 and 400. Okay, so I don't know.
4 push-ups and wins the bet. Yeah. So there's 10 of them.
Oh wow.
10 actually, but you got to go back.
I think it would be that many. Wow.
You got to go back. Yeah, let me see. Top of my head, I think it's SMU's Doak Walker in like 1948.
Doak.
Doak Walker.
Was it Dope? DOPE?
DOAK. Let me see if I could find. I was going to do this off the top of my head.
Oh, dope. I thought you said dope. I was going to say.
No, Doak. DOAK. Doak Walker.
Stop right there. He's got my vote.
He was a quarterback, I believe. And then it was Notre Dame's. Is it Notre Dame? Yeah, Notre Dame. Paul Hornig, who was a Green Bay Packer. Okay. And when Vince Lombardi got there, he was like a backup quarterback. And Vince Lombardi said, no, you're a fullback, you're a running back. You're a tailback. And the guy goes, no, I'm quarterback. Vince went, no, I don't think you're hearing me. You're a running back. He went, oh, okay, I guess I'm a running back. And Vince turned him into a Hall of Fame running back. So let's see. Then there was Navy from Navy. Who's the most famous guy to come out of Navy?
Roger,
Quarterback. Roger
Mr.
Staubach. Yep.
Strawback.
Roger Staubach for the Cowboys. And then after that, it was 1968 out of USC. It was O.J. Simpson
Mr. Simpson.
playing for the Bills.
Man,
Then,
Simpson got a bad gig.
yeah, what do you know? And
No,
then
when he was in that Naked Gun movie, man, he was terrible. Sorry,
out of
there's a joke in there. I fumbled it, but clearly I
Norbert. You should have called him Norbert.
no.
Pitt, that was his name in Naked Gun. Yeah, Norbert.
Well, we
Then
really we
out
really
of
have too much time on our
yeah,
hands. We really do. God, we got to get a better hobby. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. This one's all right. Pittsburgh, Tony Dorsett.
Tony,
Tony Dorsett, right
I
there,
love me
played with
some Tony.
Roger.
I love me.
With the Cowboys. And then out of Texas, it was Earl Campbell.
Mr. Campbell.
Mr. Campbell, most of the time with the Saints until Bum Phillips went, or excuse me, the Oilers until Bum Phillips went to the Saints, and then Earl went with him to the Saints. And then out of USC, Mr. Cool himself, who for some reason sat on the bench. I mean, the entire world was wondering, why do you got this guy sitting on the bench? He's the best running back in the entire league, but he still played enough, and then eventually went to the Kansas City Chiefs. Played for the Raiders, Marcus Allen.
Mm-hmm. Sweetness.
Sweet, yeah. And then Notre Dame again, Tim Brown, again for the Raiders.
Mr. Brown, who another one that had a relatively short career and had such a big impact, right?
Actually, he played a long time. I think him.
No, I thought he only played 10. I could be wrong. I was wrong once before back in the 80s, and that
I'm
was
trying to remember. I think I know who you're talking about. Anyway, I'm going to move on. Looks like you're looking up.
that move on. Sure, go ahead.
Out of Oklahoma State, we got Barry Sanders from the Lions. That was another Heisman winner, and then that was a short career.
Yeah, I've heard of that guy.
And then out of Michigan, Mr. College Football himself, who played for the Raiders, the Packers, and then the Raiders again, Mr. Charles Woodson. That's all 10. That's all 10 who have been Heisman winners and NFL Hall of Famers. So, wow. I mean, just to show you, I mean, it's difficult to get to a Super Bowl, right? Got to be difficult to win a Heisman, and it's even more difficult to win a Heisman and get in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. So that's the list of those guys.
That's pretty cool.
I thought that was a pretty interesting.
And some big names there, right? That's cool. Great trivia.
Oh yeah, I mean, great. I mean, Earl Campbell, Marcus Allen. Wow.
Like right off the cuff. That's why you have all that stuff in your phone. It's there, right? It's there. I mean,
it's all out there, man. You just got to tune in. You just got to dial in the waves, man.
Yeah,
you just got to get the waves.
What do we got coming up this weekend? What do we got coming up between now and the kick off of the season? Got any predictions? What do you feel?
Well, it's just a lot of preseason football. I think there are 2 games tonight or four games tonight, and then a ton on Saturday, and then we got nothing. And it's just cut downs and trades and transactions and like Brian Robinson Jr. I remember I drafted him in my fantasy league for my bench. He was the lead back for the Redskins, or excuse me, Commanders.
Yeah.
And then the next day they said, we're sitting him down because we're going to trade him. And today he got traded to the 49ers.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, is he right behind Christian McCaffrey?
Why is that? Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Is it because Garendo's a little banged up? Is it, are they're going to put him out at receiver? I mean, heaven knows they need receivers because they just picked up Sky Moore for a 7th round pick from Kansas City. And so there's a lot of guys who, we might think that they're on they might get cut, but this is that time of season where there's an opportunity to get traded. So they got Brian Robinson Jr. listed as second behind Christian McCaffrey on the depth chart right now.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you from a fantasy football perspective and an insider tip, that would be a very good pickup for a team anywhere across any league, even in a dynasty league. Shanahan is famous for that West Coast offense, especially the wishbone West Coast, and you line up Robinson in the backfield, and like you said, they have a need for wide receivers. That kid's got speed. I shouldn't call him kid.
Well,
That
he's only in his third year.
that
And it's,
that gentleman
yeah,
has speed. Well, I don't want to kick my ass.
a young
A
man.
gentleman has speed, So
Well, you remember I watched last weekend's or last was it Monday night? Whenever the last time Washington played, I was watching and they had Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt out there, who was like
Yeah.
third in the depth chart, and I went, "Wow, this kid is great!" And they're going to trade Brian Robinson Jr. So I swapped him out. And then I thought, was that such a good idea? Because man, if they trade Brian Robinson Jr. to the Texans, where they're going to be without Joe Mixon, that was a bad idea dropping Brian Robinson
Yeah,
Jr.
what am I gonna
So
do?
I moved Brandon Ayuk to IR, and I went and got Brian Robinson Jr. back. So now I have McCaskey, Robinson, and I put Ayuk on the IR.
There you
So
go. Good for you.
I may let McCoskey Merritt go, or it's funny. I think he goes by the name Bob or something. His name's Ja'Cory, but they were saying on the broadcast that he goes by like Bob or Dave or some very common name. It cracked me up.
Good.
Anyway, so I'm really excited for our fantasy season to get kicked off.
It's gonna be
I've
fun.
started having some guests on the show from the league.
Yeah.
And just have a ball and talk some.
I'm trying to get I'm trying to get Tina to join from the East Coast, which would be fantastic.
Yeah.
But I'd also like to get Tiffany to join and talk us through
How she went her draft.
dice rolling methodology.
Yes.
Made her have the highest power ranking.
By
rolling the dice and setting auto draft accordingly.
Her team named Grass Wonders, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what a lineup she picked. Yeah. Holy
incredible.
Yeah. So
I'm over here sweating. I've got
she's the rookie on our league here. I was last year, and this year she's just formidable out of the gate.
I play her in the first week.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
I play Star Wanders.
Yeah,
we both have tough opponents that first week.
You're in trouble.
No, yes, indeed. And then I got to play the reigning champ the second week.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
So I might open up 0-2 here. Ouch. Yeah. Ouch. Yeah. Ow.
Gardner, again, you are welcome on the show anytime. We have a stone cold Steve Austin action figure here for you. Anytime you show up, we can send it to you. We can hand it to you.
In case anybody thinks, surely by now, Mick has lost control of himself and has busted into that thing and is spending his evenings playing with it. This is how much we admire you, Gardner, and we insist that we have a gift for you on your appearance. And it's your platform, by the way. You tell us how the show goes. You tell us what you want to talk about.
Within reason. I mean, I gotta say something.
Well, we can edit it later.
Yeah, you probably edit it out. All right, fans.
Right, but like, subscribe, all that crap. Have a great day. See you next time.
Cheers.